Are you agreeing? Some dress. Okay, not sure how I'm going to continue with this subject matter. The karmic spiritual community. Well, that's more like the spiritual teachers that I'm going at. I guess I should have put that there instead. But anyway, it's close enough. I had a spiritual manipulator show up last night, which is interesting. It's like, oh, I was thinking about you. I was surprised others didn't show up, but one did. I don't know if they felt bad about what they're doing. I don't think so. They don't care. If you have enough sheep out there, who cares? Just keep the nonsense going. So yeah, I don't know how long you need to continue on with this, but maybe this will be the last time. Yeah, this karmic energy that some of them are building up, more power to them, right? If you want to burn yourself down, go for it. If you want to dig a hole for yourself, go for it. You have so many giving away their power so easily, thinking that they know it. I'm getting higher knowledge. My vibrations is very high. Yeah, but your vibration might be high, but are you being manipulated and hijacked? And probably. Well, according to the numbers that are out there, yes. Whoops. So, and they sell high vibrational nonsense all the time. It's like snake oil. So, and that's where the bad guys are. That they know how to play humanity. Been doing it for thousands of years. Why stop now? And if there's like a spiritual teacher that looks like a devil, now some devils are good, and some are. Yeah, I don't want to give devils a bad rap, but some of them are really evil, and they've been laughing at humanity forever. And they look like a devil, like a person. I mean, it can be a female devil too. But the guy with the mustache energy, just add red to it. Not like I say, not all are bad. Some are good, but some of them are really hijacking society. So it's like, well, like a person looks kind of strange, but I can't put my finger out. Oh, that's add red to the person. Already has a mustache. Oh, so that's evil. So at least in that the case I'm picking up on, or the one I'm tapping into, or so yeah, they can use tones. They use a lot of charm, which obviously is working way too well. And once again, you say high vibration, people will get, oh, I need to be high vibration, and then they're gone. Just like I say, what they do with the churches and all that. It's no different. It's just you can say the hijacking has upgraded a little bit. Yeah, they don't want you to connect to yourself, or they connect to a version that they want you to connect to. Tell you about the aliens, their version of the aliens, or whatever the hell it is. I mean, it'd be nice. The idea is the aliens to come here and do their thing. But how can they come here? Especially when we're so backwards at this point. They can. I would, you think they would just show up and, somebody shoot you, get over it. Because I feel like that would happen with the Zetas. When the Zetas start popping up around, yeah, they're going to be there for shooting practice. And I would say the same thing for any of these aliens that are show up. They might show up with the best intentions ever. Somebody's got a target on them. So it doesn't, even if they're not manipulators, somebody's here is going to have an issue with it. So it's like, you can't take away my chaos. I'm a psycho, and you can't take that away. So, but you think the aliens, I don't know. I guess we're just not at that point yet. But I think they was like, you know what, just if you're gonna come and show, if you're gonna appear here, just you're gonna get canceled, you're gonna get attacked by us. So just just make it. You always don't have to worry about contact anymore. I mean, technically, we're having a version of it currently. Soul hijackings and all that. Of course, a lot of people probably don't believe that. You'd be surprised how popular that is. But whatever. Believe whatever you want. But the karmic energies, yeah, we're already seeing it it's a higher level of spiritual manipulation that's going on there. I'm talking about more about the leaders or supposed leaders, whatever they are, beings from another planet. I think they know it all. There's a big ego trip going on out there. It's quite the entertaining. Yeah, they're just like building a karmic debt. Maybe sometimes the more powerful they are, the longer their karmic debt is going to go. Maybe forever. If you have enough power to manipulate, massive people and keep your, like, for a YouTube example, keep your numbers high, pretty decent, more than like you don't even have that many subs compared to like somebody with 1 million subs. But if you have just on YouTube, have enough numbers like over somebody that has like a million subs, and you have like viewership on every video that's higher, like 20,000, 30,000, and you have somebody with 1 million subs, so they can't even get that anymore. Damn, that's pretty good. That's a hell of a mind control. Yeah, they do it in their voice, their eyes, their presence, the looks. It's like MK Ultra. And it doesn't mean the person has to be pretty, but as long as you put on the flash and the looks and the tone of the voice plays a big deal. And how is your average person lost already, going through their own issues, be able to protect themselves from something like that? Not likely. How many are that sophisticated? When you have somebody, even like, I remember talking to like a spiritual podcaster, and even he said that his pay grade only goes so high. He only understands so much. And yet you're in the field, has a huge following, and you don't know what the hell he's doing. So, it's pretty, even like when you get like a spiritual message, like you're tapping into certain things, you don't have to trust the first thing that comes to mind. If you feel like there's something not right about it, it's okay to second guess it. But others don't think that. They're just part of the kindergarten version of everything. So the karmic debt energy. So those that you feel like there's some manipulation going on with some of these spiritual teachers, and there is a lot of that going on. It's like you can make a movie out of it. You can literally make a documentary movie about it. And I don't know if it'll be a good movie, but it'll be a movie. It'd be like a horror movie, maybe, especially how many are giving away their power so easily. So, the karmic debt that they're building up and all that, you can look at that version of it's like, man, how much karma are you building for yourself? I mean, you literally want to just burn purgatory forever? Apparently so, in some form or another. So the more powerful they are, you can say the harder they fall eventually. It's hypnosis. It's all kinds of it's like what the news agencies do to people too, like the cable news and even the broadcast. Like who watches like ABC, NBC, and all that? Who watches that crap? But they're doing their own hypnotism also. And the spiritual community is doing the same thing. At least, like I say, the leaders. Some of them, not all of them, obviously. You can still have a big following and not be screwing people over, but a lot of them are. And you can tell it's the tone of the voice, the vibration they're putting out. I don't know if it's hilarious. It kind of is. I don't know. It's their boat to burn, though. And because if you say anything about it publicly, everybody just come after you, trying to kick your ass. It's not even worth it. But when you see the karmic energy that they're putting out there, whatever. So the voodoo on society. It's just at a massive level. So it's like, how are we going to get to this high vibrational earth with all that nonsense going on? You're probably not going to get anywhere. Well, because it roots you down to the physical realm. Well, education. So how long is it going to take humanity? I mean, first of all, most people don't believe in this stuff anyway. And how many are ready for it? So this world is going to stay at this state for a very long time. Unless it somehow gets smart. Spiritually smart, but even if it did, it'll still get hijacked in some form. Some pretty person will show up and start putting on some nonsense story and start hypnotism with their mind and eyes and all that. And people are, and and they're gone just like that. So Yeah, usually the attractiveness does work probably too well, and the common sense just turns off. So whatever. It's just the way it is. Nothing new. It's been going on for thousands of years. Some people can pick this stuff up really easily. Possibly they've already done it themselves in previous lifetimes. Kudos to that. But those that are doing this right now, I don't know. Just, I mean, they think it's hilarious how many people are falling for this stuff. So whatever. Stargate, Detroit. I've looked at Detroit in the past, but I don't think I realized what was really there. I saw this come up, Stargate, Detroit energy is like, holy shit. It's like, and that is Motor City. It was basically Detroit kind of ran the U.S. for quite some time. The influence of it because of the automobile. So yeah, it's nothing to laugh about or whatever. A lot of powerful elite energies are still there for sure. And it's kind of Michigan's kind of going down the drain due to the governor there. And that's elitist energy too. But Detroit itself, I don't know how the homelessness is there. I don't know. I guess it's not as bad as California as Los Angeles. Los Angeles is a war zone at this point. For whatever reason, I guess you can go there and just live in a Beverly Hills hotel, live outside, and do whatever you want. Walk around naked, or nobody cares. Apparently, of course, San Francisco is a nightmare too. So, yeah. Well, San Francisco is like a version of Detroit, basically. So going to some of Detroit's energy, and I think I did this when I was soul hijacking. Why not? Kind of goes back to the karmic energies. Just I guess the bigger they are, the harder they fall. Some type of energy like that. I don't know, man. Just yeah, if you know something's not. I mean, everything you can do is telepathic. It's like if you know, like there's some spiritual teacher out there that's really evil, and there's plenty of them out. Boy, it's like it just gets kind of I don't know. It is kind of comical. And also sad at the same time. There's also drones. Like some of the spiritual teachers, one for sure, is like a drone, like half dead. It's very bizarre. It's like he's not here. It's like robotically dead, but used as a drone to manipulate mentally, physically, like tone wise. Like the voice really plays a big role. You kind of have to educate yourself on things like that. Like a monotone tone of mind control. And like I said, majority of your folks out there they see a channel, like a spiritual channel has a lot of views, and they just kind of turn the common sense off and just kind of flow with it because they're with a crowd, and just they want to be accepted by other, or just be, or it's just easy to find, like on YouTube, and just get a nice little mental hijacking there. So that's why I don't think discernment's working, but like majority, like 90%, it's not working. I know they say discernment, it's not working. I mean, you can say it all day, but it's not working. Like you can be discernment of something that is good, and then go to the dark side, and then go get manipulated. So you can discern, like, whatever is good out there, I don't want that. I need somebody to manipulate my energy and tell me what to do. And that is, I would say, the mass population. Many are just not spiritually there. They're just not there. They just haven't really experienced, or being the villain. That helps. I mean, if you had a dark life and you're doing those things yourself, taking over planets, hiring a voodoo princess to screw everybody over, you have all your checks and balances, and you did that yourself, manager of controlling other planets, realities, whatever it might be. And then, of course, you deal with the karma, you deal with it for the next 1,000 or million years. And eventually, okay, I'm not going to do that anymore. But then you can notice it and you come back to fight it, or, you got to get out of your system too. So, but then, what's funny though? So you come and you're like a good being for a while. but then maybe you had a bad lifetimes, like you're just horrible, like some of these karmic people, and you become good, but then you need to be a bad person somewhere else, like so many stupid people out there, or beings, whatever, they need somebody to kick their ass and realize, if they're gullible, might as well take advantage of it, right? That kind of wakes them up. But this way, it's happening here. This gullibility that's out there, many are not waking up. They're just in a psychosis. Like they're not even there, just enjoying it's like playing music and being seduced by, you know, whatever works. Yeah. Oh, it's always those alien stories too. Something about the storytelling is very seductive. It's very bizarre. It's like, why don't you just write a fiction book or something? So they're doing this alien manipulation, voodoo, whatever. It's more power to you on that one. Yeah, I gotta love it. Oh, Fritzy's here. She was sleeping in the closet. She took over my closet. So yeah, the cat condo. All right, Simon.com. Our private sessions, maybe. Scheduler, I have a shop here. I'm still kind of behind on that. The webinar, social network. Behind the scenes and the archive. Ouch. She bought my foot. Okay. So going to some of the Detroit stuff here. Okay, so one way of first I'll start with the Stargate. Nothing weird about nothing weird there, right? Yeah, I get like an Anunnaki vibe from it. It's just once again the gullibility of humanity. Of course, nobody's gonna think twice about that. Oh God, is that creepy? Where did that come from? Where's the angle of that? Jeez, it's like, where is that? I think that's the same spot, right? Yeah, that's the same. Well, that just says everything, doesn't it? I didn't see that one earlier. There's not a shot like that. I don't know where that thing is. Anyway, lovely. So also, I think I've looked at this stuff before. It still has an elitist energy connected to it, kind of creepy. Has a little sun there, and I don't know what that other thing is. Yeah, like some kind of Columbia goddess energy there. Also, the fountain. I might have seen this before. It's been a while. This is their fountain, and it's kind of spooky. Yeah, it looks kind of like an Archon architecture. Doesn't, yeah, obviously you don't need to make a fountain. It looks normal, but still it has a portal energy connect to it also. So maybe not the best intentions. It's not. It's like energies from the lower realms. I remember looking at this before. And does this make any sense? No. Kind of has that Mickey Mouse energy. Have that also. I guess it's from like a boxer, but there's no boxing glove there, so it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And you get a better view of that. Yeah, the Stargate energy. Yeah, just definitely a lot of elite energy. I guess that's there somewhere. I guess it's indoors somewhere though. There's another one. So no surprise there. Yeah, definitely open up portals. I mean, they're just showing who they are. They built this city to be under their control, basically. So another way of, which I don't look at this very often, is to kind of see the city's true colors when you look at their Masonic temples. And that's the Detroit Masonic Temple. Hidden in plain sight, as they say there. Jeez, look at that. Look at that. And that's inside. It's like the Oscars. Oh, jeez. I don't know if that's the same thing. Yep. Lovely. Not exactly the best vibes, no. Obviously, they feel like they rule everything, which is true. Well, sometimes you build these type of structures, you kind of cement yourself as a we controller, at least one of them, at least. And some of these elites come and go too. We'll just never know about it. We don't know anything. So, lovely. Yeah, it makes you want to take a shower after looking at all of that. Lovely. Are they building karma for themselves? Of course. Do they care? Apparently, they don't care. They just, that's why a lot of the elites have like health problems, stuff like that. Not all of them do. Like Bill Gates, he's building up a lot of karma for himself. There's no doubt about it. You can't, it's, I mean, at least he's getting some heat, but it's not enough for him. If it feels like scandal after scandal to ruin his reputation and all that, that would be him clearing out his karma now. Might as well do it now and not wait later, but that's not happening. He's getting away with a lot of stuff instead. So I don't even know if his soul is even there. It's probably a couple of other beings that are there. It doesn't really matter. All right, so the karmic energies again. Yeah, I'm not sure how much more I can go into this, or is it? You got the idea. But it is kind of like calling out those that are manipulating society. And once again, politicians are doing it all the time. Celebrities do it all the time. Politicians, most of them are history mentally, and whatever that's there. It's not always aliens running everything. Demonic beings do stuff here too. You have fallen angels. There's other things here we don't even have a definition for. Because our vocabulary has been manipulated. So there's other creatures here messing around. So, all right. Here we go. We'll see how this goes. Greetings. We have from the karmic quartz energies, but for you, basically, well, yes, the world is chaotic. To just basically, you can tell yourself you don't need to be part of these groups, manipulations. Yes, and focus more on yourself and open your own doorway, your own window to who you are. Because many aren't doing that. They feel like they can get answers from someone else. They're not always ready to face who they are. They can connect to a version of a percentage, but they're not quite ready to see the whole picture. And no one ever really sees it all, but you can see a glimpse. Many are actually avoiding themselves. So they join these groups to feel better. It's kind of like being on drugs and being misled because it feels good, just like drugs. So you wonder why some of these spiritual groups, political groups, whatever it might be, yes, the truth hurts also. But it's always a few that are in awakened state. Others that say they are, where many are just kind of in the hypnosis side of things, and they just can't break out because the addiction feels too good. So, yeah, it's like you can say whatever you want to anyone. The person has to want a freedom. Now you can say what you want. It's like, that person's screwing you over, whatever it might be. And yeah, they could tell you off, and maybe in 10, 20 years, maybe never. But they might start to realize how hijacked they really are. So it just, many put down their guard. When they say spirituality, some just let their guard down. It's just like, it's kind of like finding shoes that are comfortable, but can also ruin your feet over time. Like they look good, they feel good, but aren't really healthy for you. You can say it's almost like fast food to a certain level. Fast food looks good until you eat it. Even though it might be okay for a while, but over time, it kind of just like, what did I just do to myself? At least you can see that spirituality is more complicated. The universe itself has a lot of difficulties. It has a lot of soul traps of itself. So when you start going out into the universe, which some of you have experienced, but physically going, because you're human here physically, will go into the universe one day. travel the universe, travel the galaxy, obviously, first. And you think you have problems now. When the alien beings start appearing more, they're going to test you more than ever before. And you're dealing with it now on your own planet. Think about when you go out into space on your ships and all. Some feel like everything's going to be fine. Think again. So it's like they feel like you're not ready, probably because you're not. Some of you are. The numbers are very low. They're not that high. It's basically some are dealing with a lot of karmic connections in their past. Some of them joined secret space program editors, and they just can't seem to release those timelines. There's a lot of mind control built into it also. So some of you actually been spiritual leaders in other realities, part of the secret space programs, or those other versions of Earth, you can say, and manipulate society and still breaking free of all that mind control they went through. So yes, if your energy gets hijacked and you're here to break free of it, come to this Earth to kind of unwind it all. It's not easy. And yes, your average human is not quite ready for that one. Some of you are. And strengthening. Well, you're not BSing yourself. Let's put it that way. Many are doing that right now. They're just not ready to really see the full picture of this reality. And once you do, it's maybe not so exciting, but then you're less connected to the physical. You are connected to the physical, but not as much. I mean, it's not holding on to you. You're actually freeing yourself, connecting with the astral. You can be physical, you can do what you need to be physical, but you're not married to it. Others are married to it. It's like all these manipulations going on kind of cements you into the physical reality, where some of you are already connected to the astral and be done with all this. They've had enough of this planet. There's other physical worlds you go to that aren't like this, but this one is just taking advantage of the race, because the race is not getting smart quick enough. It does what it needs to do, though. It's like going to the gym. Like, not everybody can, do all these barbells, do like 100 pounds or lift 100 pounds or whatever it might. Not everybody can tell me that I should just work on small things and just work up. Doesn't mean everybody's meant to take on the heavier challenges, but you can be more mentally awakened, which many close their minds up, actually. Blessings. Brings we have the energies from the Stargate of Detroit. Yes, there's a lot of arrogance with the beings that created your Detroit. They want to show you their power, their spirituality. They're just they're similar to like some of your spiritual groups, but worse, because they're not out there showing. They're showing their magic in a different way. Your society, how they have it walked down, but they're also up for. I mean, they're not there they're just showing their power. Humanity can do whatever it wants. If you want to become more aware of them, that's okay. That's not a problem. It's just they're showing that they kind of got there first. They're aware of the occult, esoteric energy, been raised by it, and to create these type of of the fountains and all. Yeah, just it is, some of it is to give them power, but once again, it's humanity still has freedom to awaken to whatever level, and others just aren't quite there. And it doesn't mean you have to go around preaching to everyone what all these symbols mean. When the soul is ready, it will figure itself out. It's okay to speak about it and do whatever you need, and when the soul is ready, they'll stumble on your information. But it is good to share what you think, but you don't have to go out in front of a building and start preaching to everybody. You can do your own thing, what it feels, because you have to protect yourself also. Because people are crazy. When you give them too much information, they can lose their minds. So sometimes it's better if they just shut it off, go do something else, leave you alone. It would be better, because if you give them a data information about how screw up this world really is. Some just they have a nervous breakdown, they can't get through their own lives. So as some of you know, some of you are already struggling as it is. The idea is to strengthen that so you can handle it. But yes, it's what many of you endured is quite intense, as you know. And as the aliens come in, eventually, physically, many of you will, well, some of you will be prepared for it, and you already know who you are already. You're not going by the narrative, you're doing your own thing. Blessings. Greetings. We are the spirit realm, spirit guides. As for soul hijacking, as it happens often, especially, I believe this is mentioned here before, but we'll go into it in another way. Or, but some children, sometimes when they're crying, when they're really young, that means entities are trying to take over their body. Like, why are you crying? There's you have food, you have everything. Why are you losing your mind right now? You'd be surprised who might be in the room. And it's an entity, especially it's coming out of the closet. And obviously, they're too young to tell you anything. They're just babies at that point. But obviously, when they get older, they still see those things. So, your world has to go through, yes, a spiritual maturity to really protect, your home, wherever you are when kids are brought into this world to bring a lot. And even, at least you're becoming more like if a baby cries, like you can sense the frequency or someone can pick it up. It's like, yeah, there's danger in the room. And it's an entity. Even some police, law enforcement are becoming more aware of these things. They don't know what to think of it. Some of your CIA and FBI, they're aware to a certain degree. They have like their own like paranormal groups, but nobody really knows that they care. Well, they don't have the funding to care to tell the world about these things. The Catholic Church is aware of something because they open the doors to all of this. They open up, well, it is connected to your way to your Catholic Church is like a basic Illuminati group. Take that forever you want. Obviously, some will have issues with that, but then you just look at their churches and all that. It's like, who is the king of this world after all? You have a king of England, but he's like the king of like a corner somewhere. Those that are running your churches, that are around your world, cathedrals, just saying how good they are. But are those churches portals, which they are? Yes, and they're there to hijack souls. It's easier to do to take over the child when it's for an infancy, at least until 5 years old. After that, it becomes harder. So new parents, new mothers, new everything. And it's less likely a child can also be physically and mentally abused also because you're protecting your kid energy wise. It just, intuition will get stronger. But sometimes as a child is there to get haunted and there's that. But not always. Some entities keep the parents away, lock the door. Well, where the parent won't wake up if a child's crying because they're manipulating the child's energies. Yes, it's vampire-ish frequency. But it also to do with location too, where you might live. There's definitely portals and things of that kind. So it's up to your world to start just getting smart. It's not just it's occult energies for a reason. Many want to keep it hidden. That's why they want to make psychics look bad and all that. That's why you have all these trolls saying psychics are evil. There are many that are good, but they're not getting the attention. The bad ones rule everything because they want to rule your society, want to keep you shut down as long as they can until they start losing. They're kind of winning. They're not winning as much as they like to, but all you can do is continue to be strong with all this.